Thank you. We have audience here, and people are here and want to know a little bit about you. I know you're called by Derumours, right?
Yeah.
And I want you to tell us exactly where you're from. And the young ones wants to know you, and this thing is all about the youth and the parents that hear something they want to learn, something they want to know, things they can be able to can be able to pass to their kids and every one of us. You and I grew up from the bottom, and it's all about trying to pass knowledge, how we started, and if we can get there, and them also can get there. So please
Yeah.
tell us where you're from and your name.
Okay. My um is from Anambra State, known as Derumours. Derumours is my business name. So I live in Turkey. So this is just me.
Okay, live in Turkey. All right. Um, I heard a little bit about you. I heard so much about you. I don't hear so many things people they talk about you. And being a young man, I know it was both especially me and you. We come from average home. It was difficult for us to get there, but at the end of the day, you you were there. How did you get there? I know you were a blocker too, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Anyway, if I can actually understand where you're trying to go, life is not easy. You know, life has been so messy, but we keep it pushing. You know, it's not actually easy for someone to actually come out from a family. You know, you don't have someone to back up. You don't have a helper. It's not actually easy to pick from the scratch and raise yourself to something. But nowadays it's quite difficult for some people to actually have that courage to make a move, because we are in the generation now that we are self entitled. We believe that somebody owes us money, somebody owes us that. We live in expectations, you know. I'm not an old man, but I would say during our time, we are not actually living on expectations or believing someone owes us something. But I think nowadays people live in that. Yeah, people live in that expectation, and they say when you expect much, you hurt much. You know,
But
I I can say that it depends on the area you want me to tackle to. Then you can bring on the question, then I will tackle it directly. So
yeah, I
that is
know
it.
there is. I know thanks for your time. Like I said, thanks for creating your time to be here. And there are so many things, a couple of things you need to talk about, and or things we need to so that all the young ones, everybody else, because your drive. I'm impressed with your drive. I've seen your work. I've seen your kindness. I've seen things you do. I've seen all the people you help, but I really want to know those drive. First, I know you. I was reading one of your because I followed you almost, everywhere. I was reading one of your article, one of your comments, how you started. I see a couple of your pictures, how you started from Africa, one of the African country, and then from there you went to one of those Arab countries. Was it Georgia, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So all those things, I don't know what is the drive for. What gives you that drive? I mean, like.
Um, I can say like I'm someone that from my childhood, I'm someone that I don't like when I'm being. I'm not a person that's. I'm not lazy. Let's put it this way. I like to work hard. I
Okay.
like to work for my money. I have to work for myself. Someone that if I need this, I would like to work hard to get it. Yes, quite all right. I started my life back then in African country, Cote d'Ivoire. That's where I have my teenage age. Actually grew up there, so I spent some years there. Yeah, hustling. Not like it was easy, because it's not actually easy to, adapt in a country that doesn't speak English. But so far, so good. We're able to conquer it. That should be early 2007, 2008, if I'm not mistaken. And from there, life was so hard, keep hustling, keep pushing, believing that better days are ahead. From there, I found myself internationally. Yes, I went to Georgia and so many other countries, and acquired knowledge and still pushing. I know that I'm striving for a better days. I keep learning because life never stopped teaching, and
Yeah.
you know, I grew up, like things that happen within me and around me is what I live on my daily basis. Yeah, you made mention of me helping people a lot and what I do. Yeah, I I think I love giving. Like I said before, I don't like when people give to me. Rather, I like to give. It's not like I give because I have many, but this is my life. This is what I feel like I grow up with. This is me. I like helping people when I'm able, not when I'm not able.
Yeah,
I cannot give
I
what I
get that.
don't have.
Yeah, why do you like? I want to talk about a little bit of that giving because you, in particular, started from the scratch. Why do you have that such heart? Because I've seen numerous occasions, even the ones you don't even know them. You pay for your school fees. You pay for all the charities, numerous things, occasion things that you've done. I was like, because average people like you and I start from the scratch. I know what money is all about. Not everybody have that spirit of giving and still have that gut of still pushing, because people really find it difficult these days. Or like you said, they keep depending on their father, they keep depending on mother, and because they think you are their brothers and sisters in abroad, they want them to do everything for them. And you are not, for the things that I've checked, you are not the first son. You have an older brothers too, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Exactly.
Uh,
And you will still be able to, yeah, go ahead.
Anyways, about giving, it's from the heart that I give, and I know what is suffering, and it's because I know what is suffering, and I know what it takes for a man to not have money, and that's why when I give, I feel I'm in their shoes because I know when I don't have. I know the situation I found myself. Even though when I don't have, I find it difficult for someone to give me. Well, when I have, I don't want people to suffer that which I have suffered because I know what is suffering. And I'm not giving because I have much. I want to be recognized. But I feel like people shouldn't be in a position where they don't have help. Like I can easily see someone and assess that person. I can see someone, I can read minds when I'm somebody. I can possibly tell if this person is feeling fine, if this person is actually okay. This is just me. I can just say, guy, or yeah, I know you're not fine. Okay, I'm gonna give you this kind of, take this little money share of. So I don't know, I have this feeling that I don't want people to, I know what it takes for somebody not to have money. I know what it takes for somebody to have big problem, and he or she is not finding any solution to solve it. That's why I give. It's not because I of course, the kind of suffering that I encountered in my life, I don't think somebody can even eat my $1. Yes, but I don't want to grow. I didn't grow up with that mentality, and I don't want to have such mentality. But I give when I'm willing. I feel I can give. If you ask me something, I might not give, but I give willingly when I'm being pushed to. This is not if anybody asks me for money, I will give. If you wake me up, call me, I need money, I will give you. No, I give because I'm comfortable in my spirit to give, and that's why I do it. So that's just it. That's just
Okay,
it.
yeah, good. Recently, I heard you, without the good thing you do to people, but I know there are a lot of enviness everywhere. With everything you do to people, the last time I saw you, what are your recent problem and how could you be able to solve that? Because why? Let me tell you where I'm driving. I come out from a very poor home, like you and I. And with all that, we could be able to manage and get to where we are, but we are still climbing, we are still going. But now I'm trying to also pass the knowledge, the advice we can give to the young ones so that they could be able to learn from that. with all the recent problems you had, I know you went home Christmas time. I saw your vehicle was smashed, had an accident, terrible one, and
Yeah.
people are still envy of your success. And basically, many of those ones are actually many of the evil ones are actually the ones that are close to you, and you still carry them along. How do you do that?
Well, that I can say that that's individual differences. Like I told you, like I'm someone that I feel I don't have friends for a reason. All those things, all those people you see that I bring close to me, I don't generalize them as my friends because I have a small circle. I don't have friends for a reason. That is me. I'm telling you this now. I don't have friends, and but the people is I bring close to me is people I think they have to emulate my kind of life. I want them to know that there's another side of life. I want them to see that there's another being. Like I like being with strangers. Like I like being with people I don't know from onset. Like I want to make them friends, and I want them to know that uh, you don't have to stress yourself with life. Like if you allow yourself to wake up daily, see what life is all about, just take life as you see it. You don't need to I need this money. If I didn't get it today, somebody will die. No, life is not like that. Understand me? I don't like things to bother me. I don't like things to bother me. I live a simple life. Okay, I might have a problem that is coming to me. I might have something that I need to solve. Like I can take multiple tasks ahead and put it on my head, but it won't weigh me down. So whenever I bring people close to me, I derive joy from it. I want to see them. I want to see them succeed. I want to see them feel less stressed. I want to see them know there is hope for the future. I want them to see that if you have money, you don't need to treat people bad. So that's one of the reasons why I bring people close to me, not actually that I'm seeking for validation.
That's good. You really spoken well. I can like I don't know you one on one, like I said, but the things you do actually brought me so close to you, and I like every young man that is working so hard. Every young people, everybody that is working so hard. They started from the scratch and they get to where they are. Regardless of where they are still hungry for more. You know, that alone is something nobody can take it away from every hustling guy. Because one is we know that the government cannot do anything for us. Then we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that. We'll get to that point. But the point is, I want to know that what is your greatest achievement? And how did you be able to get that? Because one, I know that you have over 40,000 followers. And being a businessman, you want, and I still read about you want, what's it called? You used to, you want a football management on a Turkey there. You want to be a manager on the football team there. And
Yeah.
you still run your blog and running your blog, and you still an agent helping people that wants to leave the bongo, leave the country. Do you understand? So you are really a business guy. And how do you be able to cope with all those more than that such business at your young age?
Well, I don't think those things I sometimes I feel stressed to handle all those things, but I'm determined to make a difference. That's just my motto. I'm determined to make a difference. I want to be a great man. A great man is not to have too much money or to you know be known in a country, but I want to be a great man in the sense that I raised people that become billionaires even more than I. That is my ambition, and that is what that is my goal, and that is what I want to achieve. And you asked about my biggest achievement. Okay, My biggest
Yeah.
achievement is my biggest achievement so far, even if I die today, I'm glad that I achieved it, is building a house in my compound that we did not have and nobody have ever done. So that alone is my greatest joy every day of my life. Even though I don't make money again, only that yoke that I broke in my family. That is my greatest joy, and I live with the joy all the days of my life. So because that
Wow.
is one why that our situation is one of the reasons why I traveled abroad at a younger age, very tender age. So acquiring that house is my greatest achievement. Nothing. I know tomorrow I will marry and I will have kids. Yes, I know those things are
Mm-hmm.
achievable. But that alone is one of my greatest joy. Every day of my life, I thank God because I worked hard for that. Yes.
Imagine you actually break that yoke. There was nothing in your compound, and you break that yoke. That is the drive. I like that drive. What give you that drive? What is your greatest strength? What give you that drive? Because people that comes from a home, come from an average home too. Do you understand? And the same thing happening. I have have people that want you to do this, that want to depend on you, that want you to that. In as much as that, you could be able to break that yoke. What are your what are your greatest strength? What are your greatest strength that makes you to that strength, that drive, that thing like, oh, I want to do this. Oh, we don't have this. But even when I know there are so many ups and downs you already had. You failed several times. I know even when you were trying to get a visa, a lot of people got visa denied and they couldn't be able to get a visa and travel, and many people quit. But you still never quit, regardless of all the things that is happening around you. You put your heads together and you could be able to get that done. What is that? What gives you that strength?
Um. Okay, that's a very sensitive question, and the thing is that my mother died out of lack of money, and
Sorry, man.
she was buried the way I did not like, and
Sorry to hear
my mother died when I was 13 years, and
that.
when I was 13 years old, you can imagine as tender as I
I can
was then,
imagine.
everything. So the happenings then and how we were treated, even with relatives, actually, I said to myself that I will make money. I said this to myself, even at that tender age. The day my mother died, I was crying, and one woman gave me an advice. I said, "Come, stop
At your
crying."
13. Oh, sorry.
Said, she said to me, "Come, Izu, come. Uh, stop crying. You see this family today that are saying that you will build a mansion in this house tomorrow. So
Oh,
don't not the end of life." So,
oh,
and again, let me tell you one of the reasons why I actually determined to make money. When my mother
please
died,
go ahead. People wants to
my
hear.
mother died. My sister got married before my mother died, and when my mother died, our in-law did not come for the burial. They did not bring anything.
Wow.
We we were
Wow.
totally ignored because nobody to speak.
Nobody to
And
speak.
and 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 when when that my sister died, they did not come and tell us that our sister died. They buried my sister without our consent. So
What?
actually, all those things,
They did
yes,
not
this is
even tell you people your sister died. They buried her without you guys' knowledge, without you guys' concept. And people will get picking.
we know that my sister died, but they did not inform us the burial. It was the day the day they are carrying they carried my sister from the mortuary to Alon Zog, because my sister married to Alon Zog, from Anambra, but she was married to Alon Zog, Imo State. The day they left the mortuary to the husband's house in Alon Zog, that was the day two of the delegates came to our village in Anambra State to tell us that yes, this I'm telling you a life story. This is not a movie.
Poverty, man.
So all those things actually it got to me. It got to me. So when I traveled out of Nigeria when I was 17 years. No? So
17. Wow. That's impressive. 17. Because I can actually imagine when I was 17. I can actually imagine when I was 17. My mother did not even want me to go to Abuja to go and serve.
Exactly. So I was
serious?
in Nigeria when I was 17 years. Then life was tough. But do you know funny thing? That my in-law.
No, go ahead.
That my in-law last year.
Yeah.
I went to put roof over his head. Yes.
Really?
Yeah. I can't use evil to pay evil. Yeah. God.
No, you don't. No. No. Yes.
And
you don't. That's a good one.
Yeah, so that is it. That reminds me of bad, horrible things that I don't want ever to remember. But this is like people that I see today, they complain about hardship and all that. If they know, let me tell you, when I was in Abidjan, Cote d'Ivoire, there is a week I will eat bread from morning, afternoon, night. Bread, Nigerian bread.
I know.
I will eat it morning, afternoon, night for a whole week. No food.
I know. I know how it is. I've been there.
To the point that I have to have nearly have heart block. So when actually people
I have been there.
People ask me for something, I don't do it. They don't actually know that it's because of my good heart. I like to treat people nice. I like to bring people out but I have seen hell. When I said I have seen hell, I have seen hell. So I can't imagine how life has been, but we keep pushing. Yeah.
And we thank God for today.
Yeah.
I know what you've been through. I've seen your strength. I've seen your drive. And regardless of that strength and that drive, everybody has weakness. What is your greatest weakness? Your weak point? Because I know I have my own story to tell. I started very early too. But this is all about you. I want people to know everything, things about you, things you have achieved, not just being achieved that, which I'm proud of you, but all the things you could be able to help, the drive. Because I know in all that, we still have our greatest weakness. What are your greatest weakness?
Trusting people so easily. And getting hot and in the tongue so fast. I used to trust people.
That's
easily.
Me. I know. I've been there too. I trust people so easily. Even my wife, she used to say, Amy, you keep trusting people. At the end of the day, they could do it. Yes, I know. That is it. And come to think of it, what is your greatest fear or your biggest fear? Because in life, all of us, for example, me, my biggest fear is not to go back to where I was coming from, which is, God forbid, I cannot go back to that place. Poverty is a disease. It kills more than HIV. That is my biggest fear. What is your biggest fear in this life? Because when you know. So I want to know your own option.
My biggest fear is getting married to a bad wife. Yeah. Because
what?
you know why I said that? I have never been lucky in terms of women. In fact, that is what's punishment. But aside suffering, aside hard times of life, uh, woman is actually one of my greatest punishments. I have never been lucky, and at a point, I think that I've never been lucky. Yeah, that's my worry. Yeah,
That is your worry. But I know you, that is, yes, because you are married. I'm lucky I'm married. Anyway, God will give you, on that aspect, your fear. God will give you a better wife. A better one. Not the one where they come because of money, but the one where they say they come truly, genuinely. God will give you, and God will grant you that. But I'm lucky I'm married. I have a good wife. You understand? That is good. And to be honest to you, I want us to talk a little bit. Okay. What does success looks like to you? Because a lot of people, there is a different way they define success. Do you understand? You being successful, a person actually not. You have everything. That is how I call. That is what I call success. Is my own. To be honest to you, at my own side, what I call success, how I define success is when I like to reach out to those who no get. That is that is how I see myself. That's what I call my own success. That means okay, I'm successful, I'm getting there. So I could be able to give. That is my own opinion. But I want to hear what the success looks like to you. You again.
What is success to me? Like, how can I define success, isn't it?
Yeah, how can you define success? Yes.
Success. How can I define success? But success is when you see yourself in a situation, in a position that you don't see yourself before. You now find yourself in a better position that I can't afford this, but I can afford it now. It's success. You are progressing. Then I can call it success. Or you've acquired what you haven't acquired before in life. It's success. And it attracts who haven't believed in you before. That's how I define success. Success is your ability.
That is good.
Yeah. So success is an ability to be in a position or progress to a certain level you haven't been before and still see yourself moving forward. That's how I see success.
That's good. That is good. I like that. And with all that mindset all said and done, you can be able to still reach out to people, which is good because that is part of it. That you said it all. I know we all of us from back home, we have a very, very important issues back home. I know you. Are you a politician?
No, I'm not. I'm not a politician.
Are you looking at getting into any? Because the youth need someone like you. Need people like you.
No, I don't think politics is what I can venture in, but I know what is happening in Nigeria. I know about it. So, but politics is not my thing. Don't want to.
I know it's not everybody's thing. Like me too. It's not everybody's things. Yes, but fine. We're gonna come back to that. But I have a very everybody that wants to learn from you. And they want to know the advice. Mostly the young ones. We have so many parents that is watching. So the advice they can give to their young ones, even the young ones, they want to learn how you be able to get there. They want to know those drive. They want to hear that advice you can be able to give to them, so that they could be able to know if you, Kevin, that from a place that don't even have a house in your compound, can be able to get up from at age of 17 and can be able to travel at age of 17 and do all that. And most high, God blessed you, and you could be able to come back to your father's house, father's land, and break that yoke that nobody has ever do in your compound. And you are not the first son, but you did that. in your compound. I want to pass the knowledge to them so that they could be able to know that if you can do that, you Kevin can do that, they themselves can do that.
Okay. The thing is that number one is determination.
Okay, to you, yes.
Number one is determination. When you are striving for success, you need to be determined to make a difference. You need to stay focused on what you want. As a matter of fact, as a young man that want to succeed, you want to succeed, you have a target you want to reach. You suppose you don't need a woman when you are striving for success. Women are so distracted. I'm using myself as an example. Like, when I have not seen myself in a position that I can feed myself, I can afford things for myself, I don't see a need of having a woman in my life. You know, I started having to date when I see that I can feed myself and I can help another people. That is when I think, okay, I've grown to do a woman thing. So when you are pursuing something, you don't need to be destructive. I'm not saying woman will not help you to succeed. I'm not saying that. But there's some people who are being destructive by women. There's some guys that actually like women. And after you will say you don't know what is happening to you. I'm not saying when you want to succeed, then you don't need a woman. I'm not saying that. But for myself, when I'm having some difficult times, I don't need a woman to disturb me, to begin to distract my attention on certain things I need to do. But I'm not saying they are not good. At times, their advice can go a very long way for those that actually know what they want. And for those that always go for anything on skate, I don't think, and you have not found yourself in a position that you can give account of what you have achieved for yourself, man, your end will not be funny. You know, so
yeah, youth. Yeah, that's a good one. Youth, you should hear that. Yeah.
The determination, you need to actually have determination. You need to actually have self-esteem. Yes, you need it. And as somebody that wants to survive, and you need to have a word of your own. Stick to it. Actually, when you want to take actions, you don't need to consult many people. Go with your instinct. Because me, I can stay with you now. You don't know that tomorrow I'm traveling. You might know that I'm traveling, but you may not know the date. You might know that I want to apply for, but you don't know that I have applied for it. You might have a clue of what but you will not know the exact date I want to do it. I go with my flows. I go with my belief. You know, so nowadays, what I can actually chip into, based on what is happening nowadays, we live. I'm using myself as an example. We live in the world of, we expect people to do a lot of things. Like if you are friends with me now, you expect, like, you know, I have money, then you expect me to do something for you because you know I have money. No, life is not like that. You know, I really emphasize on this. When you expect people to do something for you, when you put yourself in a position that you expect people to do something for you, then it's actually when you get disappointed. Because you know what, this word today, I don't know what it's turning into. I have a couple of people, when I went back to Nigeria, I have a lot of friends that come close to me. We chill, we go out, including my boys. At a point, they started making their problems my responsibility.
Exactly. I understand.
This money you are spending, can't you just help me travel abroad? I have forgotten that I have my own issues. Understand? I have my own problem. That you see me spend money does not mean that I don't know that money is hard to come by. It don't tell me what to do with my money. So these are the mentality people have now. Somebody can just, okay, let me tell you. I walked into a hospital. I was sick last year when I went to Nigeria. So I was admitted. So when I was receiving my drip in my bed, my sick bed, so one small boy greeted me when we came. Greeted me, but good evening, sir. I said to the boy, how are you? Right. The boy responded, fine. So the boy responded so smartly that the thing actually got to me. And I said, who is your mother? I asked the boy. I asked the husband
Hey,
because the man, because the boy was actually sitting with his father. I don't know that that is his father. The man said, I'm his
hey,
father.
yeah.
The man told me that his wife just gave birth and they have been, okay, the woman just gave birth. I said, oh, wow. And I said, okay. And they have been staying for hospital for like 3 weeks. The wife gave birth with operation. I said to
Hey,
them, I said to them, man, and they have been holding hostage in the hospital. They cannot go because there's no money. I never knew all these things. And
there's nobody.
I said, go to the reception, tell the doctor or tell the cashier to write me your bill until you leave. Calculate all the days you stayed here and how many days you tend to stay again, and give me the bill. The man was like, are
Hey,
you sure for real? I said,
hey,
yes.
hey.
Got the bill. It was 471,000, and I paid for it.
Oh, wow.
So had it been, I
Just like
walked.
that. Somebody you don't even know.
No, if I see them on the road tomorrow, I don't even know them. But
Imagine.
had it been that I walked into that hospital and they said I should help them, I might not do it. I'm just
Yes.
giving you an example of the kind of human being that I am. Had it been I walked into that hospital and the husband or anybody approached me to do it, I might, but I know that it's right that I will do it. Because I like to do something when if I don't do things when I feel cheated. Like I want to do
Yes.
when I'm being in the mood. And that is why
Yes, Nkechi. It's actually God that sent him there. Yes.
if somebody asks me for something, yeah, I might do it, but I'm not comfortable with it. Unless I can call you now, hey guy, what's up? I send me your account, let me send you money. I feel good doing that. So when I send that money to them, they were they were surprised though. I turned the hospital to another thing. They begin to sing, paying for me and all that. So what am I trying to say? Life is not just the way you say it. This life is deep. This life is deep.
So, so
And
deep.
one thing I have to say again before I go is, when you are looking for money, do not look for money because if I get this money, I will get this man. Look for money
You
because
will
you
not get
need.
it.
Look for money that
You need
you.
it.
I like. This is what I said to my son. This is what I said to my boys and my younger brother that I brought to Europe and Africa. And I said, I sit them down in my house and I said, when you are looking for money, do not look for money because this person offended you. If I get this money, I will buy a car. I will not carry this person. You will not see that money. Just look for money that you
You will not
actually
see
need.
it. God will not give you that kind of money.
For money that me, I see it. See me, I need this money. I need to better my life. I need to better my family. Because this is why I need this money. And when you have this mental, and don't let another man's success give you sleepless night. When somebody is
Thank you.
progressing, be happy for them. Smile, drink. If it is drink with them. The joys your own will actually come to you. It might take time, but believe me, it will. See, there is no man in this life that have not tested success. And that it depends how you utilize it when it came your way. Maybe you didn't hear what I said. There is no man in this life that will say one way or the other he haven't done success. And when that success
Of
comes to
course.
you, because success is rotational. If success will come
Yeah.
to you one time, success is like a visitor. Success
Yeah.
will check your character, check your attitude, how you treat people, laugh at you, and go.
And
It,
go
it
and visit
depends.
the next person.
It depends how you treated success. The first journey will make success to come back again.
Okay.
And that when success
Okay.
come back, that success will still go. And it depends. You grow as a man. You succeed as a man. How you treat success when it comes your way. Billionaires don't have two heads. Billionaires do
And
not
they are
have
not at all.
big eyes. It depends. The difference. I want to tell you now, the difference between the man that succeeded and the man that failed, it's not luck. Somebody that failed
it's not.
and somebody that succeeded, it's not luck. The person that succeeded is just the application of common sense. So, that's why I said success, when it comes to you, utilize it. It depends on how you utilize success, how you treat people around you when the success is around. We make success to keep coming. Before you know it, you have. Understand? So that is what I have to chip in, because me, I'm someone that I know a lot about life. I tweet a lot. Of course, you can ascertain that. My head is a busy brain, so I know a lot about life. And that is what anybody that comes close to me. Some of my friends don't even know what I have upstairs, but I know that this thing that I have said tonight, when you want to make it in life as a man, as a woman, just make sure that you treat success accordingly. So when you treat success good, success will come back again. Make people around, make them feel the sense of belongingness. Treat them nice, but set boundaries. Set boundaries for yourself. See, if you are too good as a, being too good won't fetch you something. It will be hurting you every day. Being too good is not actually good. It's not actually. Sometimes I'm a very strict person. I'm not trying to paint words. I'm a saint. I'm a very, very strict person to deal with. You understand? If you do something that
that's fair. Yeah. You must have something. Yeah.
I'm very, very strict. If you say something, if you do something that I don't like, I warn you immediately. I'm a very strict person. I'm telling you, all this doesn't make me a saint. I have my flaws. I have my points. Understand? So, as I'm telling you, being a good person will not fetch you anything. But rather, you get yourself hurt for things that you don't even expect. But I know being good will always pave a way for you. God never dies or sleeps. God watches over. But you as a human being, you need to learn. You need to understand life and know the strategy of life. Understand? When you see money in your hand, it's just it. People have too much money. That is why when I have money, it doesn't enter my head. Because I know there's people that is even more million times richer than I am. But what do? I like to myself. I have to utilize the one that God have given me. I have to treat people around me very nice. I have to make them see life in a way that tomorrow they might be in position to give me. I don't treat people that I have it today, then it's end of it. Success, like I said before, is rotational. It might be in your hands today, and you will be in another man's hand today. So that is life for you. So it was a nice talking to you, and I have a couple of things to attend to.
It was nice talking to you. I like it, but we got a few questions because people want to ask questions, right? I'm going to open this floor for a little bit, but I know you have, before we get there, I know our people, because I want our people to understand that, because most especially when we that live in abroad, they don't understand how we're struggling. Everybody is struggling. They think we plug money on the street in abroad. They think because in abroad, you're a millionaire. They think because you're in abroad, you can be able to, you marry wife for them. You help them, call you help them, give them, better join them. You know, they don't understand. We ourselves have our own problems. Do you understand? Have our own bills, most especially when you have family, and you know in abroad here, the bills is monthly. Do you understand? And the more we work, the more we get is off. But people actually back home actually believe that you must do 110% everything for them. Even the little one what you do for them, they don't appreciate it. How do you be able to? Because we really need to enlighten people, mostly our youth people, so that let them know that, okay, we don't owe them anything. Do you understand? They owe everything to themselves. You know?
Mm-hmm.
How do you define, I wanted to pass the knowledge to them so that they will understand.
Oh, well, living abroad is not easy. Understand? And abroad is not where you pick money on the streets. Understand? everything you eat here, you spend in this abroad here, you must pay for it. Life here is not easy. So, and people, this is the mentality that we have then in Nigeria, that anybody that is
Till
living
tomorrow,
abroad,
we still have it.
yeah, they still have it. But I want to pass this today, that life in abroad is not easy. Life in Europe is not easy. We have we have a lot of bills, a lot of things to cater for, and when they make demands and it's not being done at that particular time, they get upset. They get annoyed. They begin to pick offense. Like, it's not like that here, and we that is living abroad here, it's not easy. It's not actually easy for us, because me, I can use myself as an example.
So,
I I here, including my bills, not excluding feeding and my clothing. I think I spend here now 500K every month. House
I
rent,
know.
bills.
I understand. I understand what that is. I know.
So
I know.
so you can imagine someone that spends 500K a month. Understand? I said excluding feeding and clothing. And you make demands on me, and I said, please calm down. I don't have money for now. And you don't understand it. I will see you as a wicked person. Understand? It's when I have extra, I give. Then everybody is okay. But when you don't know, like I'm just telling you now, I cannot just open my mouth and begin to tell people, I begin to announce, do you know I spend this kind of money abroad? Do you know that I spend this kind of money monthly in my apartment? I cannot say all that. But somebody that is actually reasonable, we know that people that is living abroad, we are not living here. This is not a cheap house. We don't have, our fathers do not have house here. I'm not one of those rich kids that father bought house in abroad. I'm living in rent here. I pay my
Yeah.
rent every month, and I pay my bills. So actually, people see that we are. There's what people, French people say, "On la masse l'argent sur la route." They think that we pick money in this. Understand? So, but it's not like that.
Yeah.
It's not actually like that, because actually one of the things that actually got me pissed off, including, I'm not saying this because of outsiders. This is my siblings, my relatives are also included, and my relatives have learned that if you ask Izu money, you are insulting yourself. They have already have this mentality. If you ask Izu money unexpectedly, you are insulting yourself. So
You're
they just
something yourself.
me chance. So if I want to, I have already have them in my mind that I will give them money. So whenever I pick up my phone, I said, "Auntie, brother, please send me a account. Let me send you money." They send it, but they cannot unless there is an emergency. Unless there is something that is the thing is something is actually spoiling. That's the only way they can actually. And when they tell me that, I can understand. But if you see on this unnecessary billing, no, my family already know. It's just my friend that don't. Some of my friends outside that don't know. So my siblings and my relatives cannot do that, because they might collect blocking. And if I block you, I cannot unblock you until we see in real life. Understand?
All
So,
right.
so
All right. All right.
when you
Good.
when you set this kind of boundaries and limitations, you're good to go. So that is it.
Yeah. Yeah. Good. Good. Yeah. Okay. Quick one before we before they ask one or two questions. Me and I know the bongo. Bongo is very tough, and every young man, many of them don't try. Every young ones that they try, they think that they quit. They are quitting, and it's very rare for them to, because they try one, they try two, they fail, they stop trying, and they stuck in one spot, you know. And secondly, I wanted you to let them understand that everything in life has a process, because it started from your own process, from you, from that child when another, and you, even there's all the failures you've encountered back and forth, and you will still having do the same thing and get there. Because many of them, for example, I have friends, brothers, sisters. Many of them, they've tried one. Because they tried one, they quit. For example, I was 11 when I left my home, started hustling. 11 years. Imagine it's a child of 11 years when I started hustling. So you and I have the same spirit and the same God, you know. So that was why I was like, we need to pass knowledge to the young ones. so that they could be able to know that, okay, if we can actually get to where we are and we are still hustling, then can actually get to that particular spot, you know. So we needed something to so that they could be able, you know what I mean? And after that, people can throw in their questions, they have a question, because you are not a politician. We cannot talk about politics right now because you don't want to talk about politics. You know what I mean? So
okay, coming to that part, you know, I hawked a lot of things. I hawked pure water, I hawked mineral, and I hawked bread and vegan milk. I use all those things to pay for my school fees, my common entrance, and all that. And when I'm doing all that, it's not because I feel good doing it. And I have encountered a lot of challenges, failures. I've stayed up to 2, 3 years without money. So, but I didn't give up. It doesn't make me a bad person. I did not put my hand in something that is going to bring a bad reputation to my family. What I can say is that be prayerful, be steadfast, be determined. Whatever you are doing that is good, or your heart desire that is good, and you're working towards it, God must actually fulfill it for you. God is a merciful God, and he knows he knows that we are suffering. He knows you are suffering. He knows the situation you're into. The ability for you to get out of your situation is the heart that you have. Is the kind of how you treat people, how you make life easy for yourself too. That's ability for you to get out of that situation that you are. Some are hiding their problems and looking unto God for help. Even me too. Even as I'm speaking to you right now, I have my own problems.
yeah, everybody does. So, me too. I get problem now. Yes.
So what I'm trying to say is that situation you are into, don't think that it won't have an expiring date. It will, but what will help you to come out of it is your determination. Pray without ceasing. Be steadfast. That thing that you are doing that is not bad, your heart desire that is not bad, God will actually fulfill it. Be someone that have vision. You know, we have expectations, not expectation of human or what somebody can do for you. Have expectations of where you want to see yourself. That's the most expectation you can give to yourself as a human being. The expectation of where you want to see yourself, not the expectation of what somebody will do for you. Because when you expect too much, you get disappointed. But when you expect things you happen in your life, like I'm working towards it in the next 5 years, where do I want to see myself in the next 10 years? Francis, this is 2022. In the next 10 years, where do I want to see myself? How am I working hard to achieve this? How should I go about this? I should see myself in the next 10 years with my wife and my kids. How do I go about it? That is the mentality you have to strive for success. That is how I see it. And that's how I live my life. In every year, remove some things in your life and add some. Remove some friends and add some. It will help you a lot. That's it.
Right. That's good. I know you know. I started from like bottom. My wife knows. Anytime my children they do something, I tell my wife, you know how I started. I want the children to be like that. My wife go take make I not use Nigeria wahala. How they start? They treat my children when they're abroad. I said no, I have to teach them. You understand? But my wife don't understand. Yeah, Kevin, we are actually glad we can be able to have this. And secondly, please. Please, if you have any question you want him to answer before we can call it a day, please feel free to ask him a question. If there's anything you want him to enlighten us a little bit, because there's nobody no pass. You know, most especially when it comes in terms of business, in terms of hustling, an average people like us, like I said, I started from 11. 11, hustle. You get when I hustle, they give my mom money. You understand? I carry pompo, you know, I carry all those things for her. I know the life for you, my guy. I used to go stay where people, and then in my hair, when they close, I have to help them to go put their load, you know. so that maybe they find me something. I do all that. You know, I used to do all that. I would carry the money, go give my mama. You know what my mama go tell me when I want to come collect the money? You know what she go tell me? She go tell me, so all the food where you don't chop for us, where teach the money they come from. You know, but that was that was a good one, man. I saw rest in peace. You know, so we all have a very big story to tell. You know, and we want the young ones that is looking up to us to learn. If you and I can actually come out from that spot and get to where we are right now, they can do that as well. You know,
Exactly.
so
Exactly.
yeah, I'm really grateful. Please, we have like 10 minutes before he leaves. If you have any question, I know the network is bad. If you have any question, ask him a question, send in a question. He's gonna answer it at the end of the day. I mean, you know, I really appreciate this talk. I really appreciate having you here, and I know it will go a long way. The young ones is gonna learn, and they're gonna know that even the ones who off families, they're gonna know that this life is what Yoruba said, OYO, on your own. You know, in as much as we come to this life differently. Everybody come today, you come today, another person come tomorrow. So that is exactly how our own problem is. My question is, how will you handle people when it comes to you at the interview for help? How do you handle that? Okay, Mercy said her question is, if people come to you for help, how do you be able to handle them? The Oliver twist.
If people come for me for help, how do I handle them?
Yeah.
Of course, I help people.
Yeah.
And it depends on the problem on ground. It depends the gravity of the problem that you come for me to help you. And if I have the money or if I have the resources, all problems are not solved with money. There's some problems that I can solve with ways, with advice and all that. If it is money and I have it, I can give if I'm in position, but I cannot give what I don't.
Virtually everything. How do we make them demand? This one said we live in a place where do have our kids virtually everything. How do we make that demand? How do we make them dependent? So, for example, you get people where get plenty children, they give the children everything. You know, those ones where say they get everything. So they want to make them self-independent, make them self-independent. You know, how do you
Uh,
do that? Because
okay, that's a very nice question. How you can make? I know I don't have kids yet, but with my level of exposure, I think you can only provide your kids their needs, not their wants. When you are able to provide your
wow,
kids
that
their needs,
needs.
yeah, because there is difference between needs and wants. When you are able to provide your children their basic needs, and that when they want that when they want that word want, they have to work for it to get it. Because when you what want is something that you need additionally to what you have already. So when you want something and when you need something, it's not different. Like now, I have phone already, but when I need extra phone, I didn't want it. It's not need. It's not my basic need. So when you're able to provide your kids what they want and what they need, they will be so lazy and reluctant to work for themselves. Understand? Yes, your kids might have all the things they need, basic things they need. But when you spoil them with everything they want,
Basic
but that
things.
mommy, I want, yes, basic things. But baby, when you do, baby, daddy, I want car. Go and get him a car, her car. Mommy, I want this. You give it. You are spoiling that child. I know I don't have kids yet, but with my experience so far in life, I cannot provide my kids with everything they want. I will make sure I provide their basic needs. When they are grown as a man or as a woman, then if you want extraordinary thing from me, then you have to go and work your ass out to get it. So that is it. That is how you can make them
Oh,
to be
that's good.
dependent on.
Yeah, Florence, we were talking about how we could be able to be self-independent mostly, because The young man in front of us is a man that started from the scratch. His mother died at 13, and he was hustling, and it's come from, you know, those one where they were born in this. There are people that are born in the iron spoon, silver spoon, gold spoon, and rubber spoon. But people like him, he was born in it where there is no spoon. You know how our mother used to, use those days when we were small. They will put akamo. They will give akamo, use all to us for math when we were small. That is where it's come from. So we are talking about, we're trying to learn how did he get from that spot to become exactly where he is now. So the drive and all that. So I'm trying to explain to the audience what she asked. Yeah,
Yeah.
Kevin, that's a very good one. And we appreciate every single thing, everything, appreciate your time. And we appreciate everything you have been doing for people, even those ones you don't know. The Most High will always bless you and protect you, because I know, even at where you are, the ones you call your close friends, they are actually the ones that are your bad enemies. Because I heard you say, I thought I always follow you, right? And Almighty will continue to protect you from the evil ones. And whatever
Amen.
you always look for, God will always provide for you. And you could be able to still help the ones you are helping to reach out as you are reaching out. And the information you are passing, you will still be passing it. You know, we appreciate your time, and Almighty will bless you, like I said.
All right. Thanks for
Thank
saying.
you. All right, you too, man. Bye. Yeah, guys. It was a good one. This is a young man that started from the scratch, like you and I. Some of us, not be all of you now. Me, I started from 11, the hustle. My wife, no, if I have time, go sit back, I go sit down and look my time, because she don't understand. But that is our topic for today. And we'll be bringing every young ones like this that started from the scratch to get to where they are, so that they could be able to pass the knowledge to average ones, so that average ones can be able to know that, okay, if these guys can be able to get from that scratch to where they are, that means themselves there is hope. So we're going to be bringing different kinds of people. You know, we're starting this thing from, from our angle. I don't want to jump from the top. We're going to start from the angle, So, that is what the topic is all about. And you'll be having more of that. Different ideas, both politicians, your opinion, how we could be able to make our Nigeria better, because that country don't fail us. It don't fail us reach like my grandmama breast, we don't fall already. Man. You know how those old grandma, 18, 20 people, where their breasts don't fall. So the country, the government don't fail us. So we have to help ourselves, We have to help ourselves. We have to help ourselves, because we cannot depend on the government anymore. So every advice, every information we could be able to pass to each other, we could be able to speak out, then it goes a long way. They say nobody knows pass, So thank you all for joining. And please share if you can. Please share so that people will listen to it. So that let's pass this message. Let's spread this message. Let's spread this news so that the young ones, the youth can be able to wake up and say, okay, yeah, this is something that is going on. I have to tune in, and they can be able to pick one or two good things from other people, because people think that where they are, they think that they are they're actually in the right direction. Yeah, they might be in the right direction, but because of, for example, when you were working, your manager or your boss, you have been paying, for example, 50,000 naira, and you think you're okay. You don't really know you are in a semi jail. So those people, they are the one determine your future for you. Ask me why. Why is you are working, they are paying you salary. And you don't want to get up from that aspect, to use that small to save small thing to start a little small business that will grow from there to earn extra income. That extra income will make you grow. When you stop depending on that your gas salary, That's salary they are paying you every day. And you start saving and adding some small thing in what you are doing, you will grow from there. Because people, most especially, if the company did not pay salary, you are off. For example, you know what happened to COVID, and many people that has a job, they are being shut down. But if you have a side business, you still be at least living. But a lot of people during those 2 years, I know several calls every day. They are crying back home. Um, this happened, their family happened, their house rent. I and my wife will help the ones we can. You know, it is very, 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 very important. Even if you are working for someone, try to be a little bit creative and do something else for yourself, so that you could be able to say no to poverty, because poverty is a disease. It kills more than HIV. It kills faster. I beg. So let's share. And our next guest will announce it soon, because we're going to bring in to you people, not just those that live in abroad, people that live back home that are doing pretty good. They are starting from the scratch too, you know, that made it to where they are, so that people can be able to learn from there. You know, they can be able to know that have that zeal to drive. If that guy can do that, themselves can be able to do that. So that is what the show is all about. That is, we have to speak up to people to understand. We're going to be bringing some politicians, because the country don't fail us. You know, they don't fail us. That's just a single part. Until next time, thanks for joining, guys.